Did you know that infants are ready to learn sign language? 2-year-olds are ready to learn the basics of science, and 3-year-olds are ready to learn coding? Your child is ready to learn, and at Primrose Schools, teachers make the most of this time by creating a joyful, purposeful learning experience unlike any other.
For instance, have you heard of the Primrose Friends? In every Primrose school classroom, teachers use these 12 lovable puppets to make character development joyful, meaningful, and memorable. From exploring generosity with Benjamin the Bear to practicing honesty with Peanut the Pony, every friend plays a special part in helping children learn important values while having plenty of fun along the way. We could all use some friends like that. You can learn more at primroseschools.com. Now enrolling infants through children age 5. That's primroseschools.com for more information. Elizabeth, you know that this year I am hosting Thanksgiving for the second time. Huge bucket list for me. And one of the things that makes it easier to prepare for any kind of big gathering, whether it's Thanksgiving or Friendsgiving or any kind of celebration, is knowing that you can go to one place that you know you're going to get high standards and good prices. And this is why I love going to Whole Foods Market. I can look for the 365 brand, and I know that I'm going to get everything that I need and want for a good price with the quality that I can count on.
Yeah, they have everything from low price quality turkey to pantry essentials. And Gretchen, I have to add frozen appetizers, which are perfect for someone like me who is not a great cook. I love to get the quiche trio, their butterfly shrimp and breaded calamari. It's all so easy to prepare and so delicious. Enjoy so many ways to save on your Thanksgiving spread at Whole Foods Market.
Lemonada.
Hello, we're here for More Happier, a podcast where we get happier. It's the weekend. It's more observations and reflections with a little bit of a looser vibe. Hey, Elizabeth.
Hi, Gretchen.
Today we'll talk about the challenge of choosing a one-word theme for the year and the surprising value of gossip. But first, something making us happier. Elizabeth, what is something that is making you happier?
Okay, Gretchen, I have mentioned my Survivor Fantasy League that I am in, which I think I might have even said at one point was making me happier, which it absolutely is. Well, we are having a finale watch party at a place called Vitello's in Studio City. And I am so excited to go and watch with the group. I haven't met anyone. I mean, there's like a couple people I know just for random reasons, but I basically have been in a WhatsApp group with everybody talking about Survivor this whole season, and I haven't met them.
I have so many questions. So first, how many people are we talking about?
Well, I'm not sure. That's a good question. I think there's probably like 60 people in the group, but a lot of them are on the East Coast.
Oh.
Yes, it is a bi-coastal group. So I'm not sure how many people will be at the watch party. I'm thinking at least 20.
And do you have a sense of like, this person is connected to this personality? Like, have they emerged as full-blown individuals to you? Or is it just a constant stream of chatter where you just join in the conversation?
A bit of both. Yes, several people have emerged with a certain personality. You know, the people who comment the most, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, I'm less clear of who they are.
Right.
But of course, meeting them will really help. And then next season is Survivor 50, which is a huge deal. It's the 50th season. So that's going to be like this epic season. So it'll be really nice to meet some of the people before then so that when we go through Survivor 50, I know who's who.
And how long has this group been in existence?
I think several years. This is my second season, but I think they've been together, some of them for, many seasons.
So what is this place? Is this like a restaurant bar type place?
Yes, it is a restaurant in Studio City. It's actually famous because it is where Robert Blake and his wife ate dinner right before she was killed.
Oh.
But it is a famous neighborhood place with an upstairs room, I think, that they're going to give us for the watch party.
And will people wear name tags, do you think?
I don't know. And I was even thinking, Gretch, I don't have any survivor gear. And I like to wear gear.
Elizabeth,
so
you got to get on that.
I know.
Wait, and so is it like, I don't even know how all this works. Is it like, were you backing a specific person? Like on your name tag, would you say like, this is my name and this is, or it doesn't work like that?
Well, you could, but yes, we all had our picks. Now, mine, unfortunately, was out the very first week.
Oh, okay. Well
so
played.
I have been out of the game
Okay.
since week 1.
Okay.
Then every week we pick our boot pick, meaning who do you think is going to go home this week? I've had more success there.
Oh, I see.
But I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be like. But I definitely need to get some gear to wear to this event.
No, absolutely. So my final question is, because I have never been to a finale party, but I love the idea. And I know you've been to several. The tension that I would worry about is that if you're with a bunch of people, you want to talk to them, but aren't you literally watching the finale? What is the etiquette on the actual watching of it?
Yes, we're meeting at 7 so that we can chat. It starts at 8. You can talk during commercials, but I think there will be an etiquette to be pretty quiet during the actual show. I love a finale party.
So like the Game of Thrones finale party, literally everybody falls silent and just watches together?
Yes.
Interesting. One of my favorite ideas, because I just love the name of it so much, our founding producer, Henry Malofsky, who we love so much, I think it was he who told me that way back in the early days of podcasts, there was the enormously popular and influential show Serial. And he said a bunch of podcast people, audio people, would get together and listen to it for the first time. You can listen to it whenever you want. Obviously, it's not like a TV show, but they would play it out loud and everybody would listen while they ate breakfast cereal. So it was like a brunch thing and you would eat, it was cereal and cereal.
That's so funny.
I thought that was so fun. I think it was Henry who told me about it. But anyway, so I love this idea of watching together or experiencing something together and making it into a party situation. It's so fun.
Yeah, and then you're with a bunch of people who want to talk about it. So it's super fun.
This is the thing. It's a bunch of strangers, but you can instantly talk to any of them because it's like, who did you pick and what happened to them and how are you doing and what do you think and what's going to happen next year? You just have so much to talk about.
And big props, Gretch, to Amanda Pally, who's the person who organizes this entire thing. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And she also organized the party. So I give her a big gold star.
Yes, that does deserve a big gold star.
Yes. Somebody's got to be in charge, as we have discussed.
As we've said, sometimes you have to agree, I'm going to be the one that's going to herd the cats on this.
Yeah. But how about you? What's making you happier?
Well, mine is kind of related in that it's about group cheer, though I was not myself a participant. So recently was the New York City Marathon, which is a huge thing in New York City. So many people participate, so many people watch and make signs. And it's very disruptive because they close down all these roads and it's just a big thing. But there is a huge level of inconvenience, but the enthusiasm for the runners and the pride in the New York City Marathon is so high. I have many friends who have run it multiple times, but this year it was kind of interesting because I was in Kentucky and I was returning from Kentucky and right in the middle of when the runners were running. And so I was like, I have no idea how that's going to go. So I took a subway back from the airport, which was really fun because it was full of people who obviously had gone to cheer someone on and then now were going on somewhere else. So they had balloons, they had signs. It was too early, so there were no actual marathoners. The bonkers thing, you will see them walking around with their silver blanket and their thing around their neck. Like you see them walking to the subway and then taking the subway home. Somehow I'm like, I would expect stretchers.
Yes.
Yes, ride a horse back to your apartment. How can you walk back after running the marathon? But it's funny. But this was all of the supporters. It was packed. Here it was a Sunday midday. Usually there wouldn't be a lot of people on the subway. It was packed. But it just reminded me, I love New York City. I love New York City spirit. And even though it was kind of a major inconvenience for everybody, we love it. We embrace it. We welcome the runners. We're so proud of everybody who runs. It's something that just makes you happy to be with other people.
Yeah, Gretchen, you know what this is reminding me of? When we were on our Happier live tour, when we landed in Chicago, it was during a marathon, and we could not get to our hotel.
Yeah, that was
Took about an hour and a half to navigate to our hotel.
No, and we were very indignant that we hadn't been informed. It's like, who's going to tell you? But you feel like there should be some warning that flashes up that says, like, by the way, do you know that this giant marathon is going on? Yes, exactly that, Elizabeth. Because at first we weren't really paying attention. Then it's like, wait a minute.
Something's going on.
Something's going
happening?
on. What is, I was like, oh, by the way, there's a marathon.
Yes, I personally would not want to run a marathon, but I absolutely support everybody who does. My friend Corrine did it for her 40th birthday, and I was still in awe of it.
It's a major accomplishment. I think for many people, it's a bucket list thing. What's even more surprising to me is, like, I have friends who've done like 17 marathons, and it's bonkers.
Yes. Okay, Gretch, coming up, there's something I've been meaning to ask you, but first, this break. So we know a lot of you listening out there work in healthcare and wellness. First of all, because you probably don't hear this enough, thank you. Thanks for always showing up and doing what you do. Second of all, if you don't know about FIGS, it is time. FIGS' entire mission is to empower people that work in healthcare by making the best scrubs, apparel, and accessories. FIGS makes super thoughtfully designed scrubs in high-quality, innovative materials that are antimicrobial and wrinkle-resistant, but still super soft and breathable.
With the holidays right around the corner, it's a perfect time to treat yourself or someone you love to some fresh looks for the new year, which is great because FIGS just dropped a ton of new limited edition colors and styles for the season. From scrubs to accessories to footwear, FIGS has a little something for every awesome human on your list. If you want to check them out, FIGS is offering 15% off your first purchase at wearfigs.com with the code FIGSRX. That's wearfigs.com, code FIGSRX. Elizabeth, you know, we are always talking about the small things that we can do that make a big impact, not just in our own lives, but for the planet as well. And that's why I'm such a big fan of our food recycler, Mill. Mill is the one easy thing that makes reducing food waste effortless. Mill is the cleanest, easiest way to prevent food waste at home. It makes keeping food out of the trash as easy as dropping it in. Toss in your scraps, forget about it. No smell, no mess, no effort. You can keep filling it for weeks. You might even skip a garbage day or two. Mill turns your food scraps into nutrient-rich grounds you can use in your garden or compost, or Mill can pick them up and get them to a local farm.
And an added bonus, wasting less food feels really good. All the guilt and stress I used to feel when cleaning out my fridge is gone. Mill makes it easy and even joyful to reduce food waste, taking a global problem and turning it into a simple daily step at home.
But you have to live with Mill to really get it. Good thing you can try it risk-free and get $75 off with code HAPPY. Visit mill.com/happy. That's mill.com/happy.
Are you a trailblazer, a risk taker, someone with countless tales of epic adventure? Well, I'm not quite there yet, but I'm working on it. Even the boldest among us started small, daring themselves to reach greater goals each day. If you're looking to take on a challenge like that, the Defender is too. It's a vehicle built for those capable of great things, whether you're charting new territory or just escaping the city for the weekend.
The Defender, engineered to meet challenges head-on so you can explore with confidence. An icon reimagined, designed for a new generation of explorers. Choose from the Defender 90, 110, or 130, seating up to 8 adventurers. With a tough-tested exterior, a modern and functional interior, and intelligent tech like 3D surround cameras and the Pivi Pro infotainment system, every journey feels limitless. Because like you, the Defender is capable of great things. Build your Defender today at LandRoverUSA.com. Okay, Elizabeth, there's something you've been meaning to ask me. What is your question?
Okay, well, as we look ahead, 2026 is around the corner. So, of course, I've started thinking about what is my word going to be for 2026. Yes.
Just in case people don't know, every year we do Design Your Year, which is a whole big thing. One thing is you do your list, like 26 for 26, because it's 26 things you want to get done in 2026. There will be a challenge that we will give ourselves and listeners, which is yet to be revealed. And then you and I always pick a one-word theme. So that's what you're talking about, is the
Yes.
one-word theme. Okay, continue.
So this word, my theme is bounce, because I wanted
Yes.
to bounce into the future, bounce back. Bounce is positive and it's propulsive, kinetic.
Kangaroo was your symbol.
Yes, kangaroo is my symbol. I had my wonderful kangaroo mug because kangaroos bounce. But I am stumped on a word for 2026. So I'm wondering, do you have ways or exercises for me to do to come up with the perfect word?
Well, let's review our words. I think that's the first thing, is to think about what you've had in the past, just to kind of loosen up your mind to get you back into that zone. So I will remind you that you have picked, because we've been doing this a long time now, Elizabeth. I didn't realize how long it's been. So your words were free time, style, Hot Wheels, novel, which you had double meanings, home, control, number 6, which, by the way, now you've crushed because your blood sugar is under control so well, lighter, butterfly, step, book, and then this year's bounce. And mine, upgrade, bigger, lighten up, repurpose, delegate, infrastructure, growth, open, salt, wave, door. My words have been getting a lot better as we've been going along. Okay, so here are a few of my suggestions.
Okay.
I think words that are powerful words are better. So the word step is better than the word delegate. Though delegate was a really important word, maybe there's a more metaphorical or powerful way. It's kind of a jargony word. So I think a word that has multiple meanings, if you can do that. Novel had multiple meanings. Step had meanings. For me, wave had meanings. Salt ended up being a super great theme for me because salt is good. Salt sweetens bitter things. It cleanses. It's associated with tears. It's associated with the ocean. It makes sour things sweeter. It's the only rock we eat. It used to be super precious, but now it's very available. So it just had a million meanings. But maybe those are better ideas when you're sort of narrowing it down. But you're stumped at the beginning.
Yes, I don't know what I want in the year that's sort of different from what I want now. And part of this may just be because it still feels like I've got a lot to accomplish for the rest of the year. I don't know. But it's like, what could I think about?
So it's that you sort of can't foresee, feels like there's so much left in 2025, you can't project yourself into 2026, or you feel
Well, I'm
like,
just positing maybe that's a
Yeah.
reason why.
Sure.
Because normally I just stop, I think, I ponder, a word just sort of comes to me,
Yeah.
in almost like a poetic fashion. And I just know that's the word. And this
Yes.
year I'm just blank.
So it's not the fact that you're sort of like, oh, I want the same things for next year as I wanted for this year. You can't figure that out yet.
I don't know. I'm just wondering, how do I figure it out?
I think it's the kind of thing where you just have to keep surfacing it and thinking, because I know what you mean. I had 2 words that I was thinking of. One was like a more intensely pleasurable word, and one that was more transcendent. And so I had to decide, which vibe did I think I wanted to lean into more in 2026. And so I picked the more transcendent one, which I will not yet reveal. But do you feel like you want something more on the fun, whimsical, energetic, or more on the full of transcendent and timeless beauty?
That is a good question. I was actually pondering even the word beauty for a word.
Oh,
Because I was interested in looking good and in appreciating the beauty in my life and the beauty around me. But I decided beauty just, I don't know, wasn't enough,
wasn't quite right.
wasn't quite right.
Well, then there's also, you could build on that. So you could have the one like look or notice.
Those aren't fun words, though. See, I do like to
Yes.
have a word like butterfly.
Yeah.
It's just a fun word. You like to think about a butterfly.
Yes.
I like a word that has some effervescence, I guess.
Is there a symbol, like an animal or an item that captures that? Like I always think dolphin is a really good, because dolphins are playful, but they're also intellectual. They're graceful, they're energetic. Is there anything like that that calls to you?
That's an interesting suggestion. Think about the symbol and then pick the word. Maybe I'll try that approach. But I want to be specific. I don't want to just be like, oh, light and beautiful and da da da. It's
No,
got to
right.
be something that has some teeth. It's got to be meaty. I can't just pick a word.
Sure. No, you want something
specific.
I think with each of us, there's kind of that feeling like, ooh, this is it.
Yeah. But I like the suggestion of thinking of a symbol maybe first, because normally I think of the word and then I land on a symbol to go with it.
Yeah.
So I'll take that approach and I'll let you know how it works.
Well, I will say we got that weekend house and I was trying to think of, well, what do I want it to be? What do I want the vibe to be? And then I realized lake. You know how everything is core now, like cottage core or castle core or whatever. So it's like lake core. So it's like, are there frogs? Yes. Are there cattails? Yes. It's lake. But it wouldn't be a good one-word symbol because it doesn't hold anything for me. Though for somebody else, it could be a good word. It is interesting, Elizabeth, because usually you have these effortlessly. I remember with STEP, you wordsmithed it, but you knew what you wanted it to be.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a process.
But that was like step into the future, step, move, and walk. Okay, well, I think even just by putting it in your mind.
Yeah, I think you're right. Surfacing it often and thinking about it also in terms of a symbol, those two things, I think, will help.
So listeners, if you have any suggestions, like are there questions that you ask yourself? Are there exercises that you do or recommend that help with this? Because it's surprisingly powerful. Don't you think, Elizabeth?
Yes. And it's such a big part of my kind of getting ready for the year.
Yeah.
And it brings me so much pleasure throughout the year just to revisit it and think about it.
Yeah.
So I don't want to just pick any old word, It's very important to me.
And you need a word where there is a visual for it. I think you and I both experienced that is much more satisfying when there is a way to visualize it.
Well, your wave, remember wave was such a good one.
Oh,
because then everybody would send
the great wave. Yeah, that was great. Who knew that is now the most often reproduced image? Now I go see it whenever there's an exhibit of any of the works of Hokusai. I go see them and I have a claim on his work, which I love so much. So yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
But like growth, that wasn't a very good word. I wanted growth. Growth was important, but I should have done more to bring that to life.
Yes, it should have been like beanstalk or something.
Yeah. Well, that's a good one, Elizabeth, right there.
It doesn't resonate with me, you know.
Yeah.
It's a good word, but not necessarily for me. It's got to be very personal.
Right.
All right, Gretchen, what is our spotlight on a tool this week?
Okay, you and I both love books, and we will often give books as gifts, and we will request to get books as gifts. And I am partnering with Bookshop to provide a way for people to find the perfect book to give as a gift for the holiday season. And I would love to hear everyone's recommendations. What are their favorite books? What have they loved the most? What do they give the most? Submit them at happiercast.com/read25at25. And very soon I will send out the full list of recommendations.
Oh my gosh, Gretch, that is going to be a long list.
I know. Love it.
That is so fun. I can't wait to get that list. All right, coming up, there is something you've been meaning to tell me, but first, this break.
You're ready for the holidays. The turkey's been going since this morning. The sides are perfectly seasoned. The out-of-towners have a bed, couch, or futon to crash on for the night. All that's left to take care of is your peace of mind. That's why ADT is here.
With their professionally installed home security systems, you get protection that helps you feel safe. When every second counts, count on ADT. Visit ADT.com or call 1-800-ADT-ASAP. When every second counts, count on ADT. This podcast is sponsored by Squarespace. Gretchen, way back when I started my other podcast, Happier in Hollywood, you told me, Elizabeth, start a website. And did I listen to you? Not for a long time. But I do not want our listeners to do what I did. Start a website immediately when you have a business or something you're interested in, because it will only help you. And Squarespace is truly the perfect place to do that.
Yeah, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build and grow your online presence. Whether you're starting a passion project, you're promoting your comedy or your podcast, or you're turning a side hustle into a business, Squarespace makes it easy to stand out online. And if you offer services or run events, Squarespace lets you book clients, send invoices, and get paid all in one place. Head to squarespace.com/happy for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code HAPPY to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Elizabeth, I love this time of year, but one thing I do not love is how short the days are. I feel like I'm always trying to cram so many things into a limited number of daylight hours. But one thing that's helping me really stay on top of my routine during this busy time is the new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus. Powered by Peloton IQ, the Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus is Peloton's most elevated equipment yet. With features that help you plan, stay motivated, and achieve peak performance, you can let yourself run, lift, sculpt, push, and go, while Peloton handles the rest.
Peloton IQ creates a personal workout roadmap with weekly recommended classes led by instructors who match your mood, vibe, and personality. Go on a 45-minute run on the Tread Plus or do a 5-minute stretch routine off of it with just one smooth spin of the swivel screen. It offers endless ways to train for a well-rounded routine no matter how busy you are. This is cross-training reimagined. Let yourself run, lift, sculpt, push, and go. Explore the new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus at onepeloton.com. All right, Gretchen, what have you been meaning to tell me?
Okay, I have been thinking about the value of gossip.
That's interesting because I don't think of gossip being associated with value. Usually it's a negative.
That is true. Gossip has a very bad reputation. There's even an old saying that great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, and small minds discuss people. But actually, talking about people who are not present, which is gossip, is a ubiquitous feature of human communication. We spend about an hour a day gossiping. And what the research shows is that gossip actually has many positive consequences. Like, you don't want to gossip if you're spreading a hurtful rumor or you're wasting time, but it can help us feel closer to each other. It can help us understand the values of our community. It unifies people. It can expose misbehavior. And often gossip, it turns out, is just neutral. It's just newsy. It's just like, oh, these people are going to sell their house or whatever. What I realized is that I want Jamie and me to be gossiping more, because the thing about gossip is when you know people in common, that's when it's really satisfying. And Jamie and I often will, because of our work and just various things, we will often do social things or things after work separately. And I'm thinking we really need to socialize together more. And then we'll have more to gossip about because we will share more relationships and more people in common. So really for me, wanting to embrace gossip is really like, I want to embrace really trying to socialize with Jamie more.
That totally resonates with me. I would love to be able to gossip more with Adam. And the same thing, I do a lot of my socializing on my own. So I'll gossip with the people, who I've been socializing with.
Right.
But I would like to also be able to gossip with him in a nice way. Yeah, you don't want to be like nasty.
Yeah.
It's just more sharing information. That's one of our favorite things to do when we're home is sit with mom and dad.
Yes.
And just gossip about the people we know. Again, not in a negative way, but just like, oh, so-and-so's doing this. And this person went to Europe for spring break. And this person did that.
Yes.
It's just fun. And it is community building in that way.
It is. And you're right to say that it is fun, because what the research shows is that oxytocin, which is, known as the love hormone, it's associated with pleasure, cooperation, positive feelings. And what the studies show is that when people are gossiping, their levels increase significantly in comparison to non-gossip conversation, even if it's emotional non-gossip conversation. There's just something in us. We are very, very social creatures. We're among the most social creatures on the planet. And this is part of how we maintain these bonds, is that we're intensely interested in what other people are doing and saying and thinking and feeling and watching and being interested in. And I use the word gossip because I think it's kind of a spicy word. It's more about newsiness. What's the news?
But that makes me think that there does need to be another word for this, because it's not just news. Because if you've socialized with someone, then it's about observations, right? Sharing observations, like, oh, so-and-so really seems to like their new job, or
exactly.
So-and-so seems unhappy with this. I guess that falls more on the traditional gossip side. But I do think there could be room for a new word for this, Gretch.
Well, and also there's kind gossip where you're like, well, somebody has seemed really down lately. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
What could be going on? As a friend, you're exchanging information because you're trying to understand if somebody needs help. So in a way, you could say, well, it's negative gossip because you're saying something negative about somebody behind their back, but it's all about the intention. So you're right. It's too bad that the word gossip has this nasty spreading rumors aspect to it, whereas in fact, a lot of times it is like, oh my gosh, she seems so happy with her new husband, or it's so excited, they have a new puppy, or whatever. Or, oh, Gretchen and Jamie seem somewhat overwhelmed by their new puppy. I think they're kind of stressed out. You'd be like, oh, you noticed that. What a good friend.
It's really just like noticing things in people is interesting, and it also sometimes illuminates things in ourselves.
Yes.
So there is a value.
Exactly. And then I really do want to make a point. Part of my Design Your Year list is to really aim for us to socialize more together, because I think we'll have more gossip and we'll have more fun and we'll have more friends in common. And that's all good.
Yes. Okay. I'm all for it, Gretch.
All right.
What is our quotation this week?
This quotation comes from T.H. White's novel, The Sword in the Stone. And this is when the sorcerer Merlin tells the future King Arthur, the best thing for being sad is to learn something. That is the only thing which the mind can never exhaust, never alienate, never be tortured by, never fear or distrust, and never dream of regretting.
That especially is good for me this week, Gretch, because I feel like I'm very stressed about work right now. And so I'm listening to a book about the American Revolution because it's countering my stress, learning something new.
That's a beautiful response. So, Elizabeth, are you feeling happier?
Yes, I am feeling happier. Thank you to Chuck. And if you haven't subscribed to Lemonada Premium yet, now is the perfect time. Just tap that subscribe button on Apple Podcasts or go to lemonadapremium.com. Bye, Gretch.
Bye, Elizabeth. The best time to start a happiness project is 20 years ago. The second best time is now.
You know what I have queued up to read next, Gretch?
Oh, what?
The Thornbirds. Remember the Thornbirds?
Oh, yes.
I watched the miniseries. I don't think I ever actually read it. So I've decided now is the time.
Well, that'll be many hours of listening. As I recall, that is a very long book.
Yes.
From the Onward Project.
Every day of this new administration, Americans are being told that they're less than and too divided to work together. So how do we move forward? I'm Stacey Abrams, and each week on my podcast, Assembly Required, we zoom out from the headlines to focus on the big picture in politics, culture, and tech, finding ways to fight back against tyranny with optimism and the concrete steps needed to build a better future together. Tune in to new episodes every Thursday on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast.